This is the book of Matthew, chapter 16, verse 24. Then Yahushua said to his disciples, if if any of you want to come with me, you must forget yourself, carry your cross, and follow me. I'd like to give all praise and glory to Almighty Yahweh, Yahushai. I'd like to give all praises and glory to Almighty Yahweh, Yahushai. Double honors to the men of GMS who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is Brother Boaz on the set once again. If any man wants to come to Yahushai, you must forget yourself and bear your cross, okay? So you can make it out of here with your life, okay? You have to give your life up, okay? You can't carry this life with you, okay? When over the threshold, okay? You have to give your life up. And that means you have to give up your job, you have to give up your wife, you have to give up your kids, you have to give up your whole life if you want to receive salvation and obtain the goal, okay? It comes with the territory. You have to come into Yahweh Yahushai and come back to his holy and divine name, and you have to give up all these materialism, because it's of the world. It's not of the Father. The book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 1. If any, my son, if thou come to serve Yahweh, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thou heart upright and constantly endure, and make no haste in a time of trouble. Cling unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thou last sin. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take it cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. So whatever comes upon you, take it cheerfully, okay? Whatever tribulations you're going through or whatever setback you're going through, take it cheerfully, okay? Yahweh Yahushua is on your side, okay? He won't let you down, okay? You have to call upon his divine and holy name, okay? And you have to bear your cross so you can make it out of here with your life when this thing goes down, okay? That's what this is about, okay? You have to come back into who you are in relationship with these scriptures and come back into and repent and serve Yahweh Yahushai, okay, to the best of your ability. Verse 5, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in a furnace of adversity. Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way upright, and trust in him. Okay, so trust in Almighty Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. Okay, that's what this is about. Okay, trusting in his divine and holy name. That's what this is about. The book of Matthew, chapter 16, verse 25. For if you want to save your own life, you will lose it. But if you lose your life for my sake, you will find it. You will you gain anything if you win the whole world but lose your own life? Of course not. There is nothing you can give to regain your life, okay? So you have to give up your life, okay, so you can make it out of here with your life, okay? And that's really going into the mark of the beast, okay? When this devil makes this RFID chip mandatory when this thing goes down, okay? When he does that, once again, that's going to separate the men from the boys when he does that, okay? When he implements that mark of the beast, that's going to separate the men from the boys, okay? That's what this is about. That's what this is about. The book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 34. The book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 34. Be careful not to let yourselves become occupied with too much feasting and drinking and with the worries of this life, or that they may suddenly catch you like a trap, for it will come upon all people everywhere on earth. Be on watch and pray always, and that you will have the strength to go safely through all those things that will happen and to stand before the Son of Man. Okay, so you have to pray always, keep your posture, and keep calling on upon his holy and divine name so you can make it out of here with your life when this thing goes down. Okay, you bear your cross. Okay, that's what this is about. Okay, you have to bear your cross. Okay, and it's, we know it's tough. Okay, and it's harsh that you have to go through these tribulations, but in our momentary tribulations, it works out a far much glory. Okay. The book of Mark, chapter 4, verse 17. But it does not sink deep into them, and they don't last long. So when trouble or persecution comes because of the message, they give up at once. Verse 19. But the worries about this life and the love of riches and all the other kind of desires crowd in and choke the message, and they don't bear fruit. Verse 20. But other people are like seeds sown in good soil, that they hear the message, accept it, and bear fruit, some 30, some 60, and some 100. Okay, that's what we want to be. Okay, we want to bear fruit. Okay, that's what we want to be. Okay, we want to bear fruit in Yahweh Shai. Okay, that's what this is about. We want to bear fruit in his holy and divine name. Okay, love not this world. Okay, that's what this is about. Love not this world. Okay, don't get caught up with the desires of life and materialism. Okay, because you will be tested. Okay, when that time comes, you will be tested. You have to. The book of First John, chapter 2, verse 15. Let's see what that has to say. The book of First John, chapter 2, verse 15. Do not love the world or anything that belongs to the world. If you love the world, you do not love the Father. Everything that belongs to the world, what the sinful self desires, what people see and want, and everything in this world that makes people are so proud of, none of it comes from the Father. It all comes from the world. The world and everything in it that the people desire passes away, but those who do the will of Yahweh live forever. Okay, so love not the world. Okay, okay, so you can make it out of here with your life when this thing goes down, and you don't have to get put down violently when this thing goes down. Okay, that's what this is about. Okay, love not the world, so you don't get put down violently. So you don't have to go through death by pain. The book of Second Ezra, chapter 9, verse 12. The same must know it after death by pain, and therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly will be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, who the world is, and whom the world is created. Okay, so death by pain. Okay, if you have to go through death by pain if you don't get this right on the first go round. Okay, you're gonna have to survive a nuclear strike. Okay, a nuclear holocaust on America to come back again, okay? Especially if you took the microchip. Under no circumstances you could take that microchip, okay, when they come out with it, okay? This devil is ready for the mark of the beast. He's going to come out with it, and if you take that mark of the beast, you will die in America. You will be destroyed, okay, when this thing goes down. Okay, Yahweh Yahushai don't say something and take it back. No, he means business, okay? This is serious business, okay? If you take that microchip, when this thing goes down, you will be destroyed, okay? That goes for myself too, okay? Just pray that you have the strength and the ability not to take it, okay? It's already set up who's going to take it already and who's not going to take it, okay? You have to call upon the names of Yahweh Yahushai. Second Corinthians chapter 4, verse 16. Second Corinthians chapter 4, verse 16. For this reason we never become discouraged, even though our physical being is gradually decaying, yet our spiritual being is renewed day after day. And this small and temporary trouble we suffer will bring us a tremendous and eternal glory much greater than the trouble. Okay, so we have to go through our tribulations. Okay, once again, that means losing your wife, okay, losing your family, losing your job, losing your car, losing your apartment or your house. Okay, you got to go through it. Okay, that's what requires, but that's what Yahweh Shah requires. Okay, he went through it for us. We got to go through it for him. It's only fair. Okay, that we suffer for Yahweh Shai, okay? He did it for us, okay? And he haven't delivered us over to death, okay? The book of Isaiah chapter 30 verse 19. You people who live in Jerusalem will not weep anymore. Yahweh is passionate, and when you cry to him for help, he will answer you. Yahweh will make you go through hard times, but he himself will be there to teach you, and you will not have to search for him anymore. Okay, and those teachings is GMS. Okay, I 100% agree with the incongruency with GMS. They have it. Okay, like we discussed, GMS have it. They did it. They did it. They did something that all the other camps and groups couldn't do. Okay, they cracked the riddle. Okay, before sunset. Okay, they have the full doctrine of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, okay? But you also have Satan. Satan tells you GMS don't got it, okay? That's what Satan's job is. ISUBK got it, okay? Satan's job is to keep you from the way, okay? GMS got it. They cracked the riddle, starting with Tehar, Ramblam, Gabar, and Rakar, okay, on down. They have it, okay? They cracked the riddle. They got these scriptures intact, okay? The so-called white man's going down, okay? He's going to be destroyed, okay? Don't let yourself be killed with the so-called white man when he goes down, okay? Come back into who you are in relationship of who you are in relationship to this Bible. That's what this is all about, okay? Coming back into who you are in relationship to these holy scriptures, okay? And like you heard me say this before, like, and I will continue to say it. GMS, that sect, that group, okay, that's on YouTube, okay, and doing these sit downs and on the and highway and byway teachings, they have it. They did it. They did it. They did a very good job of piecing these scriptures together. Okay, it's a puzzle. The Christian church don't have it. Okay, all these other Israelite camps they don't have it. The GMS they did it. They cracked the riddle. The book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 21. If you wander off the road to the right or to the left, you will hear his voice behind you say, "Here it is. Follow it," okay? That's what this is about. You hear Yahweh Yahushai, okay? Seal your instructions, and basically basically the comebacks to his holy and divine name. Okay, the book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 13. Go through the narrow gate because the gate to hell is wide and the road that leads to it is easy, and there are many who travel it. So there's many who travel that road, okay? It's wide, okay? To ISUPK, okay, GOCC, okay, ICIU, okay, all the gate is wide, okay, the gate is wide, okay, that leads to destruction, okay, but the group that got it, that got these scriptures intact, like you heard me say this before, GMS have it, okay, verse 14. But the gate to life is narrow, and the way that leads to it is hard, and there are few people who find it. Okay, there's few people to find it. The gate is hard. The gate is hard. Okay, the gate is hard to find it. Okay, it's hard to find it. Okay, because you have to lose everything. You have to give up your entire life. Okay, Okay, if you want to make it out of here with your life, you have to give up your entire life. Okay, if you want to make it out of here with your life, okay, because you're gonna go and try to save your life, okay, by taking the MOTB, that satanic microchip, okay, and you're gonna try to take that microchip, and you're gonna get put down, okay. That's what this is about, okay, and you're gonna get put down. Okay, calling on his, you have to call on his holy and divine name. The book of Matthew, chapter 9, verse 37. So he said to his disciples, the harvest is large, but there are few workers to gather it in. Pray to those owners of the harvest that he will send out workers to gather his harvest. Okay, okay, we gotta. That's if you want to get beamed it up on some chariots. Okay, when and saved out this thermonuclear destruction when this thing goes down. Okay, that's what this is about. Okay, one moment. The book of Isaiah, chapter 48, verse 10. I have tested you in the fire of suffering, as silver is refined in the furnace, but I have found that you are worthless. Okay, so Yahweh Shai is going to test you. Okay, he's going to put you on trials. Okay, he's going to put your feet among the fiery, okay? Yeah, Yahweh Shai had to go through it, okay? And he haven't handed us over to death, okay? Yahweh Shai had to be, just think about what Yahweh Shai had to go through, okay? The tribulations and suffering that he had to go through, okay? It's all about him, okay? Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, okay? Think about the tribulations that he had to endure, okay? He endured the cross, despising his shame. Okay, and now he's sitting by the right hand side of Yahweh in heaven. Okay, he, he had to go through great tribulations, many. Okay, he had to go through many tribulations. Okay, one moment. The book of Matthew, chapter 26, verse 39. When he a when he went a little farther on, threw himself face downward on the ground and prayed, my Father, if it is possible, take this cup of suffering from me, yet not what I want, but what you want. Okay, that's what this is about. Okay, so Yahweh Shai had to go through great sufferings and great tribulations. Okay, in order to win back the chosen. It starts with the elect. Okay, it starts with the elect. Yahweh Shai died for the elect men. Okay, the elect men and women and children to make it out of here with their life. Okay, then do those elect. The Israel, the ones that died, the 2/3 are going to be born again in the kingdom, okay? But they're going to have their face down for a little bit, okay? Because they took the mark of the beast, okay? They took that RFID chip, okay? Taking that thing is certain death, okay? That's why the scriptures say you're going to go and try to save your life and you're going to lose your life, okay? You're going to go and try to save your life and lose your life when this thing goes down. The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 73. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. Hear, O ye my beloved, said Yahweh, behold, the days of troubles are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahweh is your guide. And the guide for them who keep my commandments and precepts, says Yahweh power. Let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves. Verse 69, the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 69. And they that consent unto them shall be made in derision and in reproach and trodden on the foot. Okay, that's those you're gonna consent and take that mark of the beast and be trodden on the foot. Okay, that's what this is about. You're gonna consent and take that mark of the beast. Okay, and you're gonna basically consent. And once you consent to that thing, you will be destroyed when this thing goes down. That's what this is about. The book of Hebrews. The book of Hebrews, chapter 12, verse 1. As for us, we have this large crowd of witnesses around us. So then let us rid ourselves of everything that gets in the way and of the sin which hold us to us so tightly, and let us run with determination the race that lies before us. Let us keep our eyes fixed on Yahweh, on whom our faith depends from beginning to the end. He did not give up because of the cross. On the contrary, because of the joy that was waiting for him, he threw nothing of the disgrace of dying on the cross, and he is now seated at the right side of Yahweh's throne. Think of what he went through, how he put up with so much hatred from sinners. So do do not let yourself become discouraged and give up, for it is your struggles against sin you have not yet had to resist to the point of being killed. Have you forgotten the discourse words which Yahweh speaks to you as his children? My child, pay attention when Yahweh corrects you, and do not be discouraged when he rebukes you, because Yahweh corrects everyone he loves and punishes everyone he accepts as a child. Okay, so you gotta go through it. Okay, but you don't want to be the one to try to go for saving your life, trying to save your life. Okay, doing the RFID chip and losing your life. Okay, that's what you don't want to do. You want to persevere and with endurance and save your life when this thing goes down. You want to persevere. Okay, one moment. The book of Hebrews, chapter 6, verse 10. The book of Hebrews, chapter 6, verse 10. Yahweh is not unfair. He will not forget the work you did or the love you showed for him and the help you gave and are still giving to another Christian. Our great desire is that each of you keep yourself eagerly with eagerness to the end so that the thing you hope for will come true. We do not want you to become lazy, but to be like those who believe and are patient and so receive Yahweh's what Yahweh has promised. And hopefully you was well edified. I like to give all praises and glory and honor to Almighty Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, Shalom.